folks, welcome back. Today we're going to tie a simple midge. It's a fact of life that sometimes you just have to fish midges. They can be annoying. You're fishing really small. We usually fish these in a 16 at the biggest and just go down from there. 20 is usually the butter zone, I guess. But I'm tying this on a 16 today just to make it a little easier for you to see. This pattern is super easy to tie, and some days, I mean, it's where it's at. If they're hitting midges and really focusing on them, you can throw whatever you want. They're probably going to turn their nose up at it, but throw some midges and you can make it happen. And there's something gratifying about catching a big brown or bow off a little size 20 midge. But I'm using an Allen N304 dry fly hook. It's got a little bit of a caddis or scud shape to it, and I'm just going to use thread according to the size you're tying. I'm using a UTC 70 at the moment because I can get away with it on this hook, but going smaller you'll probably need to go with a smaller thread. So I'm just going to dress that hook and then tie in some fine silver wire, and this is a thread bodied fly, so depending on what color midge you want to tie, just use the according thread collar. I'm tying this one in black. This is what we use predominantly. And I'm just going to dress that hook to give it a little bit of size. And then we'll just wrap up that silver wire. Gives it a little flash, gives it a little segmentation. Take that right up to the front, capture it and tie it off. Helicopter that out. Now I'm going to grab one CDC oiler puff in white. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie that in with the stem facing back and the main feather facing towards the front. And we're just going to tie this in right up on top, right at the front of the hook. Get a few wraps over it, pull it up, and get a few wraps in front of it. Stand that up a little bit. Okay, once you get those tied in, then we'll just whip finish. There we go. That thread will give you a little bit of a bulkier head, and from here these back feathers will trim off short, real close to the hook. And if you want to leave a longer wing, you can. That's up to you. I generally like to take it down quite a bit, so I'll just come in, get the rough length I want, and just snip it. That's all there is to it. Very easy, very effective. You can adjust that wing however you want. Nippers will cut that CDC really easily on the creek if you want a shorter wing, or you can leave them longer. Very, very simple pattern, and on days where the midges are on, it's a very effective pattern. Some days it can be the only effective pattern. So we tie these down pretty darn small, so depending on what size midges you have going off, just put a bunch in your box, different sizes, and you can crank these out really, really fast, really easy. Hardly any materials, a little wire, thread, and a CDC puff. That's it. So tie some of these up and you'll have success with them. Tight lines.